Welcome to CBTV.
Part 2. Describe a person who has interesting ideas and opinions. You should say who this person is, how you know this person, what interesting ideas, opinions he or she has, and explain why you think his or her ideas are interesting. Okay, so there's this person I know, Luyen, who always seems to have the most interesting ideas and opinions. We've met at university. She was in my philosophy class, one of those classes where everyone sits around debating big ideas. Luyen has this unique way of looking at the world. For instance, she's got this theory about how social media isn't just about staying connected. She thinks it's reshaped our identities, sort of like we are all building our personal brands. Like if you have a friend who often shares posts about philosophical stuff, you might think that he or she knows more about life. And when you've got philosophical questions like about why you even exist at all in this vast universe, you might want to pick his or her brand. It's fascinating because it's something we all sort of know, but she put it into words in a way that really makes you think. Then there's her take on education. She believes that it shouldn't just about stuffing information into our brain. Instead, she argues that education should be more about learning how to think, not what to think. Memorizing information to pass tests just doesn't cut it for her. She doesn't just accept things as they are, but always asks why and how things could be different. Such critical questions often require deeper thinking, and you feel like you've really learned something after talking with her. We can all name a few self-proclaimed gurus out there who claim to know about all sorts of things, but most of the time they just repeat what other people have said and try to come up with different names to make them seem new. It's just not the same with Luyen. Part 3. 1. When do you think children start to have their own opinions? Kids start forming their own opinions pretty early on. I say around the age of 3 or 4, it's like they suddenly want to decide things for themselves. They begin to express likes and dislikes. It could be about something as simple as choosing a toy or picking what color or shirt they want to wear. 2. Are children's opinions influenced by their parents? Absolutely. Parents are like their kids' first role models, especially when they're very young, like before they hit puberty, and try to pick up things from their surroundings, peers, and teachers too. Most kids think that their parents are superheroes or something, but later on, they start to see their parents' flaws and imperfections and start to form their own opinions on things. 3. What are the advantages and disadvantages of setting rules for children? Setting rules teaches discipline and helps kids understand boundaries, which is crucial. For example, the rules might simply be something like they cannot hit their friends or throw a tantrum in class. Such rules can mold their behaviors later on and turn them into law-abiding citizens. But on the flip side, being too strict might stifle their creativities or make them rebel. Like if you tell your children what they can't do this or they can do that all the time, they might stop thinking or wanting to try something new altogether. 4. Who are smart children likely to be influenced by? Smart kids often look up to people who challenge them intellectually. It could be a teacher at school or even public figures like scientists or authors. But I would say that behaviorally speaking, they are still influenced by their parents a lot when they're young. 5. How do inventors or philosophers come up with new ideas? For these people, new ideas often spring from questioning the status quo and trying to solve certain problems. For example, walking were physically exhausting, so the wheel was invented. Carrying goods on horseback were not productive enough and required way too much labor, so the train were invented. And seeing so much suffering in the world, philosophers might try to explain why and come up with ways to deal with it.